Yo, Nikki here again with the Boulder World Cup. This time it's a pre-season Boulder World Cup report or pre-season report for the whole season 2019. And we will talk about three things. Number one, how to get to Tokyo, how to qualify for the Olympic Games in 2020. Two, what's happening this year? Let's talk about all the competitions and when and what and where. And third, who's happening this year? Which athletes, which climbers will we see this year, and especially in the beginning of the year. So let's go into it. In total there are 40 athletes going to the Olympic Games, 20 male, 20 women, and only 2 per country is the maximum. You can qualify at the World Championships. 7 places, so you don't even need to make it into the finals. The first 7 places at the World Championships in Hachioji in August 2019 will go straight to Olympic Games. There will be an Olympic qualifying event held in Toulouse in November and December 2019, and the first 6 places of this event will go to the Olympic Games. The host country, Japan, will nominate one of their athletes as well, so 1 more place there. The last 5 places will be decided on the 5 different continental championships in 2020. So there will be one in Russia for Europe, there will be one in Japan for Asia, Pan-Asia, there will be one for South Africa, Johannesburg, there will be one in Los Angeles in the USA, and there will be one in Sydney for the whole Oceania area. There will be 1 more spot, and the National Olympic Committees can apply for this last spot in these tripartite commission invitation places. I tried to take a look how this works, and apparently, for example, if Adam Ondra doesn't make it in the World Championship, he doesn't make it in the Continental Championships, then maybe the Czech Republic can apply for him because he's an outstanding athlete that he should go to the Olympic Games. That's how I understood it, but I will take a look into it once I find more details. Okay, let's take a look at the road to Tokyo and what's happening this year. And we will start next weekend in Meiringen, Switzerland, with the first Boulder World Cup in 2019. 222 athletes, I think that's a world record. Again, Routesetting done by Jamie Cassidy, chief route setter from Great Britain, Marc Davier from France, and Garrett Gregor from the United States. All the info about the event, linked to the stream, you can find in the description box below. 1 week later we will go straight from Switzerland to Russia to Moscow, to the second Boulder World Cup and the first Speed World Cup, and I'm excited to see who will start in both disciplines. On the 26th till the 28th we will have another Boulder World Cup and another Speed World Cup in Chongqing in China. 1 week after this there is an European Cup in Innsbruck. I couldn't find any information about what it is actually. Is it a senior competition? Is it a youth competition? I don't know. I think it may be a youth competition because at the same weekend there's another Boulder World Cup in China, in Wujiang. It's a Boulder and Speed World Cup, so I guess that's a youth competition in Innsbruck. Then there's a little break and we will go from China back to Germany, to Munich, to the Boulder World Cup in Munich, which is in May. Usually it's in July or August, it's the last Boulder World Cup usually, but this year it's 18th and 19th of May in Munich in the Olympia Stadium. I don't know why Munich is that early this year, but after Munich we're going to Vail in the United States, which is the last Boulder World Cup of the season. It's bouldering only, no speed, Munich also no speed event next to it, and it's the first weekend of June. Then a longer break, and from Vail we're going back to our first Lead World Cup in Villars in Switzerland, the first weekend in July. It's also combined with the Speed World Cup. Then after Villars we go to France, to Chamonix, one of the most famous World Cups for rope lead climbing ever, and it's the 11th till the 13th of July. It's also combined with the Speed World Cup. Then 1 week later we are going to Briançon, lead World Cup only in France, and then you should have qualified for the World Championship, for the combined World Championship, which is from the 11th till the 21st August in Hachioji in Japan. The World Championship is a combined event. It goes on for many days, and it's the first possibility to qualify in 2019 for the Olympics in Tokyo 2020, like mentioned before. This will be a really important one. In September there's supposed to be another continental European boulder championship in Poland, but it's not confirmed yet. So let's see what happens. The last weekend of September though hosts another lead World Cup in Kranj, Slovenia. Usually the last World Cup of the season, but it's not. There will be an European Championship in lead and speed in Edinburgh, Great Britain, first weekend of October. From the 18th till the 20th of October we are going to Xiamen, China. It's still provisional, so nothing is confirmed yet either. But the weekend after this we're going to Japan, Insai, new location for me, a lead World Cup. And then the second most important event to qualify for the Olympic Games will be in Toulouse, last weekend of November going into December, 28 November till 1st December in Toulouse, the IFSC Olympic qualifying event. At this event 6 more spots can qualify for the Olympic Games in Tokyo. If you do every competition in 2019, that's 7 World Cups, boulder, 7 lead, 7 speed, World Championship and qualifying event. That's way too much, as you can see, like you can see here. So if you're lucky, you qualify for the World Championship in Hachioji. At the World Championship, you can qualify for Tokyo 2020. It's at the earliest point to qualify, and as mentioned before, the first 7 spots in the combined ranking go straight to Tokyo 2020. The combined ranking, first we do a lead championship, then we do a boulder championship or a speed championship, vice versa, and the combined 20 best climbers go into the combined one-day World Championship, and the 7 spots of this final go straight to Tokyo 2020. I think with the combined all-over ranking over the whole season, you can qualify for the Olympic qualification event. I don't know how many people are going to this event. I guess it's 20. I guess it's like the best 20 of the whole season combined overall ranking. I don't know whether you can skip 1 or 2 competitions. Usually you can skip 1 competition of your discipline and it does not go into the ranking. That's how I understand it. If someone knows better, please correct me, tell me. The combined ranking itself combines and multiplies your rankings in each different category. Let's take a look at the combined ranking and what it does and how it works. So we will take a look at Innsbruck 2018, last year's World Championship. Jakob Schubert won, and let's take a look. He was second in speed, he was first in the boulder finals, and he was second in the lead finals. And all we do is we multiply the ranking of each category. So 2 times 1 is 2 times 2 is 4, so he has 4 final points. And the least amount of points, the lowest amount of points, it's like golf, is like the best position. So it's really important how good you are in all 3 disciplines combined, how much of a well-rounded climber you are. Take a look at Stasa. She never made it into a lead World Cup final, never made it into a boulder World Cup final, ever. Look, she's by far the best speed climbers of all of these 6, especially when Mio had a false start. And then with a lucky and a really good climbed round at the bouldering final, the lead final doesn't matter anymore. Last place, and boom, she's vice champion. Okay, let's take a quick look at the climbers who I think are the favorites and going to Tokyo 2020 and who we have to watch out for the first World Cup here in my ring. We start with the Anja Garnbret, my big favorite for the combined lead and also boulder ranking, because she's just the best accomplished competition climber ever, I guess. She almost never misses a podium, and she had a really good season preparation as well. Salsa, as mentioned before, maybe not peaking in one of the disciplines, but always performing really good under pressure in all the disciplines. Jessie Pills, she has to improve a lot when it comes to speed climbing and a little bit about bouldering as well, because she's way better when it comes to lead climbing. But like the other two, she's really well-rounded and also really capable of dealing with the pressure as well. Akio Noguchi, my favorite climber, maybe ever. She has to improve her speed climbing abilities, but the false start at the World Championship may be a little bit misleading. On the other hand, she's really good at bouldering and lead climbing. We won't see Miho Nonaka at the first 3 bouldering World Cups due to an injury of her left shoulder, but when she's back we have to watch out for her because she's really good in all the 3 disciplines as well. Shauna Coxey will be back, and I think she already made lead finals one time before and several boulder titles and finals as well. I don't know about her speed climbing skills though. Of course, we also have Futaba Ito, Katja Kadic, Petra Klingler, Fanny Gibert, for example. But so far they didn't perform as well like the other girls when it comes to all 3 disciplines. So they have to catch up when it comes to speed and or lead. They are mainly all really good in bouldering, but when it comes to all 3 disciplines, the others are way more well-rounded. Okay, male category. I think when we talk about the female category, Janja is way stronger and one level ahead of all the other women, in my opinion. When we talk about the guys, I think they are more or less about on the same level. Jakob won in 2018, Adam was second, but honestly, we will also see Adam doing the full season this time. Also, Alex Megos doing the full season this time, and they trained especially over the whole winter just for this season and for Olympia 2020, something we never had before. Adam never prepared for all 3 disciplines with a dedicated coach before, and Alex Megos neither. We also have Jan Hoyer from Germany, really good in bouldering. His lead climbing abilities are really good as well, especially that he's such a tall guy, and his speed climbing is really on point as well. So it's really hard to pick a favorite for the whole season, in my opinion, because they are all really well-rounded. When it comes to the lead category, I think Jakob, Alex Megos, Adam Ondra, they are my favorites, and also Tomoa Narasaki and Jongwon. I think they are like spot 4 and 5 for me, because Tomoa is sometimes a little bit too hasty, and Jongwon has been to the finals as well, but never won a lead World Cup so far. But they will all compete in the Bouldering World Cup in Myring, as well as Kai Harada, the reigning Boulder World Champion. Another really good competitor is Michael Merriam, because he is a really good boulderer, not that good in lead, but he's a really good speed climber. And when it comes to the speed climbing, it's way easier to get a better peak position if you're really good at speed compared to your lead competitors or bouldering competitors. You'll also see Sean McCall, who used to be the overall ranking world champion a couple of times when it was not that important yet. We will see how he deals with the many competitions, and he's by far one of the oldest guys. Then of course Crazy Journey Kruder, so I don't know what this season will bring us for the man category, because we've seen Vadim Timonov, Anze Perhak, Nathan Phillips, but we don't know how well they do when it comes to all 3 disciplines and whether they already prepared really good. So let's see what happens next weekend in Myring, the first Bouldering World Cup, and soon after this the first League World Cup as well. And as mentioned before, all 3 disciplines are really important, so let's see what happens and what they offer us and what they show for skills and crazy movements. And thank you for watching. You can find all information below here in the description box. Click the bell to subscribe to the channel and get updates as soon as I upload the new World Cup reports, and stay up to date about the season, and have fun, and see you after Myring.